All right, welcome back to the Rush Hour Podcast, the 15-minute podcast where we talk about various Yu-Gi-Oh topics. I'm here today with my boy Sizzle. Say what's up.
What's up, guys?
And yeah, it's been a little while since we recorded, so I'm happy to have you back. This is a nice little reunion. How have you been?
Dude, I'm chilling. Life's good. Life's good.
Yeah, we're prepping
Waiting
for
for
Anaheim. Exactly.
Yup.
Anaheim is in the beginning of December. We got holidays this month. And so I'm excited for all of that stuff. My birthday's coming up really soon in like 2 weeks.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
You're old.
I'm very old, very old. But we're talking about bad beats today, like bad beat stories. This was suggested by someone in the IMNerdpodcast Discord server, and I have a channel in there called Podcast Suggestions, so people can say like, "Hey, you guys should do an episode on this. You guys should do an episode on that." So one of them was bad beat stories, and I just want to start off with one of the funniest ones that happened to me. And this one is documented because it happened at an RBET online, and it's on stream, right? Because this is back in like 2023, maybe even 2022, but it was on an RBET. I was playing Noralis. Now this is when I first got into Edison format, so like I hadn't found my place yet. I wasn't a frog player yet. I didn't play Black Wings really like that. I was still very new and trying to figure out what I wanted to use. So I was playing Noralis, which is, I know it's unhinged because now I just don't think that deck is very good.
Well, tribute, man.
Yeah, right. Just especially now with like people playing all these DDVs, and your main win condition is Phantom of Chaos specifically. So like if that just gets DDV, you lose the game. But besides that, I was playing Noralis, and round one, I'm featured on stream. You guys can watch this on Keegan's channel on his live stream. But I'm playing Noralis, and I go turn one, I like win the die roll, and I go trade in Noralis, draw two. I go summon Phantom of Chaos. I go activate card destruction. It's game one, frame one. So Noralis is in the grave. I'm playing card destruction. I'm about to get a new hand. My hand was also juice. And then he goes chain to card destruction, DD Crow. He banishes the Noralis, right? So he only has 4 cards in hand. He draws 4 cards. So now I'm fucked because now I don't have Noralis, and I just have a Phantom of Chaos in attack mode, and there's nothing to really do with it. Like I don't have anything to like copy and then bring back, or I don't have any special thing to do with it. So I kind of just pass because Noralis is very fragile, which I found out in this event. And on the following turn, my opponent goes draw for turn. So he draws the 5. He goes special Greffer discarding Malicious. I'm like, okay. And he goes activate Malicious, summon it, so summon thing, normal summon Armageddon Knight, like send Plague Spreader, special summon Dark Armed, stack a card, synchro, and he kills me on his very first turn that he got to take. He literally OTK'd me, and I'm just sitting there like, bro, what are the fucking odds that I get paired against the one guy in the entire tournament who was playing DD Crow in his main deck? Because at the time, like that just wasn't popular. That's still not popular. Let's be clear.
No one does that.
People are still not doing main deck DD Crow like that. It's very rare. Like obviously someone is doing it, but they're wrong. So DD Crow main deck is already a meme. And then like to run into that guy round one when I'm playing Noralis specifically, I swear he could be cooking these pairings up, dog, because that shit just seems so Ollie specific. But I run into him, I get clapped game one, and then game two, like basically something very similar happens where I take a turn, I set Decree, and I'm like, all right, I'll like pop off on the following turn or whatever. Like I kind of do a setup turn, I set Decree, and then on his turn he just kills me again. On his first battle phase, I die again. It's just like,
you got 2-0'd?
Yeah, I got 2-0'd, and it was OTK'd both times. Were, you're just dead. Like no dueling or anything like that. So that is one of my bad B stories. What about you?
This guy's just playing Teledad. Teledad's just all the rage, I guess.
Yeah, I guess back then it kind of was Teledad before. Now it's super, I'm sure you've seen, but it's super popular now. Just actually a tournament, like 150, no, it was 109 person tournament, but still very big.
Right, yeah. Maybe there's something there. Yeah, I have a few. The one that's burning in my brain is still top 8 YCS Niagara, because in game 3, after like, I've told this story so many times, but it's the Kaiku, like I read Kaiku when he MST'd my back row and I chained Necrogarna.
Right.
And he thought for like 5 minutes about like what to do because he wasn't expecting me to chain Necrogarna, and then like I Kai'd him, and then I find out after the game he ripped return right after I Kai'd him. Yep. So then I Kai'd him again. I Kai'd his Goblin Zombie, so he was Kaiku. Yeah, I fed it. Yeah. And then I would have won because I also had brain control. I was like, dude, this guy's at 1200. I have brain control in my hand. How do I lose? He's like, he flips return. That's how I lose. And I had so many outs afterward too. Yeah, so that's the one that burns on my head the most. The one I always tell is at YCS Indy, not the one you won, but the year before I went X2 at both YCS Indies. So annoying. But
it sucks that you can't go X. Well, I can't say that after Niagara because I actually topped X2. Usually you can't go X2 at Ultimate Time, which I think that just sucks. Like you just really can't go X2 at those events.
Yeah, they should probably make it top 16 or just follow like the normal
just do
chart.
Based on participants. Do what you do for every other Yu-Gi-Oh event. Like this one should not be an exception. But anyway, that's another discussion.
Yeah, but basically against this Twilight guy, I literally have game in my hand because he dropped his whole hand and I had Gores and he has no cards in his hand. And I have Armament Knight. I'm like, oh, I'm just going to Plague Spreader, Bionic Bounce everything and kill him. And I drew Plague Spreader and I counted my deck and there were 22 cards in my deck. And I was like, dude, there's no way.
Oh, I love it. That's
there's
so salty.
No way. Yeah, I was pretty tilted after that one.
So I have a lot because I play Yu-Gi-Oh for a very long time, and I'm going to go way back in the day to, this is outside of Edison format now. In 2011, I have a feature match at YCS Providence, Rhode Island, the one that Tyree Tinsley, his first YCS win. And I am playing X-Sabers for the first time in my life. And I'm in top 16, I guess. Yeah, I'm in top 16. And I'm playing against, I want to say it's a Herald of Perfection deck or something like that. But basically, and this is on me. This is a bad beat story because it's the way I get eliminated from the tournament, but I didn't know like rulings that well. So I have a Doom Caliber Knight on the field, and on the end phase, like I summon Poshul with Reinforced Truth. And I didn't know that because I had a play that I was going to do and all this other stuff. It was like I was going to do something. I think I was just going to go like summon a second X-Saber, special Fall Troll, like no effects. I'll just keep the Doom Cal, but I wanted to pressure him and just like win. And so I go in phase Reinforced Truth, summon Poshul on my draw phase, stand by phase. Poshul burns you for 1,000. I had it in my head that doesn't activate, that it doesn't use the chain, so that, therefore Doom Caliber Knight would not activate to negate it. And then my opponent's just like looking at me and I gets the standby phase and I'm like, I'll take 1,000. And he's like, no, you won't. And I'm just like, what? He's like, yeah, you're Doom Caliber Poshul will die. And I was just so sick because obviously I played this whole tournament. I'm pretty sure I went like X1 or X1-1 and I topped and I felt super good about the deck. The deck is broken, especially against like plants at the time, Full Helm Knight, against Dandelion tokens and all that stuff. But I was just super salty when the judge and my opponent both were like, yeah, Poshul does activate and Doom Caliber Knight obviously will negate it, so you just lose both. And that is super fucking salty. That is a feature match, by the way. So like that is also documented, something that you could always go back and see. Super
no, ingrained in your memory.
Yeah, I have another one too around the same time. So in 2011 also, YCS Orlando. I went there after graduating college and I had a great time. We went to, Universal Studios, Disney, it was a great week in Orlando before the YCS. And we get to the YCS and I finished day one, X1, and there's 2 rounds day 2. This is a very common thing that Konami does for their main event. So it was like 8 or 9 rounds day 1, I'm X1, and then 2 rounds day 2. So I only have to win 1 round, right? Like I only have to win 1 round. And I feel like this is the saltiest shit that can happen to you at a YCS. If you've experienced this, I feel so bad. I know what it's like. I empathize with you. Having to win 1 round atop and then coming in on Sunday and losing both is so shitty. But the way I lost, so my first round, let's say it was round 10 because it's 10 and 11. So let's say round 10, I lose and it's kind of like it was back and forth, whatever, some stuff happened, nothing important. But the way I lost the final round was so salty. My opponent's playing 6 Samurai. I'm playing Tengu Plants. And we get to a game state where I make a Colossal Fighter.
Oh, I've heard this story.
You've heard this?
Yeah, the story is amazing.
Yo, I get to a point where I make a Colossal Fighter, which is the only warrior in my entire deck list. The entire 70 cards that I'm playing, right? The whole 40 card main deck, 15 side, 15 extra. The only warrior in my entire 70 cards is Colossal Fighter. We get into a position where he has like Shien, a bunch of guys, and I'm just chilling with like, a Colossal Fighter, and I'm going to attack over his guys over time and just like win the game, basically. I'm in a really good spot. And he specifically has no cards in his hand. And he draws for turn, and he goes, activate Puppet Plant, take Colossal Fighter, attack for game. And I just could not fucking believe this is game 1, by the way. I want to be very clear. This is
game 1?
Yes. This is what also like pissed me off to no end. The guys, I'm cool with this guy too in real life. Like we used to have like not a rivalry, but like a bit of a friendly competition type of thing. His name is Jonathan Barber. If anybody remembers that player who used to always play 6 Samurais back in the day. Jonathan Barber, played him. Puppet Plant off the top, no cards, main decked, by the way. And of course, he ends up topping an event too. So I'm pretty sure, like, if you look up the top 32 deck list from YCS Orlando 2011, you will see Jonathan Barber is playing Puppet Plant. And I wanted to honestly call a judge on him to get like him deck checked or whatever. because that obviously just seems so crazy and sketchy. But I'm like, no, he just really does. Like he played. Like I knew him. I was like, he just really plays that shit, and he did. So that was probably one of the saltiest things that has ever happened to me ever, because it's like, bro, who the fuck main decks Puppet Plant?
It was game. I could have sworn when I heard it, it was like game 3. He sided in, Puppet Planted you, and you were like packing up your cards, and you asked him like, why is that in your side deck? And he said, I don't know.
Hold on, let me see. YCS Orlando 2011. I'm just gonna see if I can like quickly find.
I specifically remember you asking him, why is that card in your deck? And he responded, I don't know. Because the I don't know tilted me off the face of the earth.
I pulled up his deck list just now.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry. He was playing Flamvel. I'm misremembering that part. He main decks 2 Puppet Plants. It's right here. If you Google like top 32 deck list 2011 Orlando, he's playing 2 Puppet Plants. I really don't remember him playing Flamvel though. Like I do not remember being against Flamvel.
Flamvel topped in 2011. Let's go.
Yeah, this is so random because he was. I swear he's an X-Saber player, but not X-Saber. Six Samurai. But yeah, main deck Puppet Plant. Apparently he played 2 of them too, and like. That is just so wild because there's nothing to take in my entire deck but Colossal Fighter, and I just so happened to be in a position where I had to make Colossal Fighter, so I was really salty.
Puppet Plant takes spellcasters too, right?
It does.
You play Librarian? Yeah, that's like you're like
was Librarian even? Let me see. Librarian is out, right? Librarian's not out yet.
Oh, what is this guy?
Yeah, Librarian's not out yet.
What is he doing?
I just control F Librarian. Librarian's not out yet, bro. There's no Librarian on this page.
Dude, he topped though, so
he did.
You can't question him.
That shit really just annoyed. I've had a lot of weird situations where people have things that is so oddly specific, but also very bad in any other scenario, and it's like, wow, you had that. The only time it could ever be good, and
oh my gosh, I remember, dude, when. As a value player, and I swear this has happened to like every value player, you will get my bodied as a shield because people think you can my body as a shield Raikou in damage step.
Yes. So
they bring it in, and my Dark Arm has gotten my bodied a few times when it really shouldn't have. I'm just like,
because they think it's good for Raikou. Yeah. Yeah, that actually sucks.
Like so tilted, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. And I've also had ones where I just bricked out of top cut. Like for example, I topped this year with Amerillis randomly, got in the top cut. Immediately played against dragons, like the regular dragon deck, trap dragons, hamster echo, Kaiash dragons, whatever you want to call it. And this is also verifiable. There's a video of it, but I drew in my opening hand, game 1. I think I also went second. So he goes like, either he Future Fusion right away. I think he Sarked for Future Fusion. I'm pretty sure he went Sarcophagus, Future Fusion, whatever. He passes to me, and my hand is Titanial, Amaryllis, Necrogardener. So I draw for turn, and I draw like another Amaryllis.
Oh! Yeah. Your hand's all 6 of the little 8?
Yeah, it's like it's really bad.
Oh, that's not even like, wow.
Yeah. So what's crazy to me is that's also the game because 2 turns pass, nothing changes. Like I don't draw trade in to fix it. Instead I eat shit and die. But he gets Future Fusion. He gets Future Fusion in 2 turns. And in my head I'm thinking like, bro, I'm dead already. Like this is over. He's sending like fucking Red Eyes Wyverns and Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragons and all this other stuff. And I'm just looking at him like, this is so overkill. You could literally just flip up a hamster, set a Raikou, and tribute the fucking hamster for Caius and banish the face down Raikou and start attacking me, and I would lose. Like I would actually like if you did that, I would actually fucking lose the game if you did that. If you just did literally that terrible play, you would win.
Yeah, he's probably sweating buckets. You're just like, should I scoop or what?
That's kind of what was going through my head the entire. I was so frustrated, and then game 2, I bricked again. I think I'm pretty sure I got 2-0'd, and he got Future Fusion both games. I think game 2 though he just raw had it, and I just got like blown away by like Trunade or Heavy Storm first, and then he did it, and my hand was also bricked. Like I didn't do a single thing in either game. I just remember sitting there and being like, well, that was just the most uneventful thing. And then I said, I'll never play Amerillis for a serious event ever. Like fuck that deck. It's a good deck, but the problems with it are just like not for me. Like you brick super hard.
I can't play decks that brick like that. Like Amaryllis, malicious decks.
Oh god, watching did you see my last video?
Yeah.
Oh my
Tell
god.
us that, dude. It's not real.
Yeah.
It happens so often. I feel like more often than not with malicious decks. It's just such an interesting phenomenon. I don't know why.
Yeah, the people who play malicious decks are very brave individuals, because if my entire tournament came down to I need to never draw the second copy of this card the entire tournament, I cannot live that life. Just playing Yu-Gi-Oh on hard mode, I'll pass.
Yeah. That reminds me of that bad beat story with Cairo that tournament before Nats. He ripped the second Mally when he had a game. Yeah.
Cairo had 27 cards in his deck, And if he draws anything but the second malicious, he wins. So 1 out of 27 is around a 97% chance to win the match. This is game 3, by the way, so it's for everything, and it's a Friday night tournament before nationals, and it was a pretty good prize for first, but basically nothing for second. Realistically, I think it was like literally nothing. So first is everything, and they have been playing all night, like several rounds of Swiss, top 8 and everything. So this is like a real tournament in the sense that like they played for a lot of hours. And he gets all the way up to the finish line. He has brain control in his hand. His opponent has a Colossal Fighter on the field. He has Malicious Engrave, and he has a Diva in hand. So it's literally just going to be, I can see it, and his opponent doesn't know, but I can see it. Cairo also has Heavy Storm. So he's going to go heavy, brain control your Colossal, summon Diva, get dude, banish Malicious, summon Malicious, synchro, make another guy attack for game, right? Very simple play. Everyone can see it. He draws the second Malicious, and all of a sudden, he just doesn't have game anymore. In fact, he doesn't have anything. Like the Diva's ass now. The brain control is just like a weirdly bad burn card. Like you could brain and attack your opponent and give it back. Like the whole thing was really bad. Like he was in a situation where if he went brain control with the Colossal and attack and then tribute for Malicious, like he just still loses. Because I think he was up against Black Wings or something. The moral of the story is that he had a 97% chance to win and a 3% chance to lose. And that means that if you play that same exact match 100 times, you win it 97 times. That is absolutely crazy. So with that, we're going to end this episode here. Let us know your bad beat stories in the comments. I actually like talking about this. I have a lot more that I could do, but for now we'll just keep it here. Maybe we'll do this one later down the road as a second like bad beats or something. Maybe we'll do one where we talk about sacking people. Your name is Sack Phase after all, right? So
I sack a lot of people.
Me too. So yeah, we could do that, but tell us your bad beat stories in the comment section. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll catch you in the next one, guys. Peace.